We'll start today sitting cross-legged. And I invite you to pull the flesh of your buttocks back behind your sit bones. And if you're not comfortable sitting cross-legged, I also invite you to elevate your sit bones a little bit on a cushion or a towel or something like that. And then we can begin by closing our eyes, if that's something that you feel okay doing. And I understand that sometimes closing the eyes doesn't work for everyone. And we're just trying to get our awareness to go inward and not be distracted by the visuals. So it's always fine if you need to just lower your gaze or take a soft gaze on one spot, just so that you're not getting too much sensory input through the seeing door. And then we can start taking our attention to the place where the buttocks touches the ground. Dropping the weight of the bones. And then dropping the floor of the pelvis. Can almost feel like the bottom is letting go. And then relaxing the walls of the belly. Just allowing the belly to fall open, relaxed. And then feel yourself lifting tall through the crown of the head. And keep the chin slightly down so that there's a nice sense of ease through the back of the neck. Bring your awareness to your breath and draw your breath deeply into your belly and let the belly expand outward with your inhale. Relax back in with your exhale. Notice if the inhale feels longer than the exhale, shorter than the exhale, or the same length. And see if you can make them equal. Can be helpful sometimes to count the breath, maybe counting to 4 on the inhale and 4 on the exhale. Maybe some other number. And then we'll breathe from the belly into the ribs. Breathing out from the ribs and the belly. And maybe now the length of the breath can extend a little bit, just like the breath is extending a little bit. And then finally breathing from the belly to the ribs, to the chest. Inhaling and exhaling to the same length. Maybe 4 still, maybe 6, maybe 8. Thank you for joining us. And then we'll wrap the hands around the shins, continuing with the same long, even breath. We'll inhale and draw the hands toward us, pull the shoulders back, send the chest forward, roll the eyes up. Exhale, rounding, leaning away from the hands, tucking the chin, pulling the belly toward the spine. Inhale, belly forward, chest out, eyes up. Exhale, rounding. Inhaling and exhaling at your own pace, following the rhythm of your breath. So on the exhale, we're not rounding forward. We're not doing this. We're leaning back. So you get more of a stretch through your upper back. You're still rounding your back, but you're leaning away from your hands. And then on the inhale, the hands pull in. There, now I see both of you. Now we'll release the hands and inhale and open the arms wide. And then exhale, clasp the hands, press them forward, rounding the back. Inhale, lift those clasped hands up, looking up. And exhale, bring the hands together to the heart. Inhale, open wide, shoulder blades fold in, heart reaches out. Exhale, round the back, press the clasped hands forward, draw the belly in, drop the chin. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring the hands together at the heart. Continue at your own pace, setting the rhythm of your breath and letting the movement follow. You can continue to have your eyes closed and maybe explore what it feels like to inhale and have the arms open wide. Explore what it feels like to be pressing the palms forward and how that might feel in the body and in the breath, and how the breath might be different with the arms pressing up versus out to the side. Last round. When the hands next come together at the heart in Anjali Mudra, we can remain there. Reconnecting with the rhythm of the breath. And then send the arms out to the side, curl the fingers in so your thumbs are up. And we're going to turn one thumb back and the other one forward, rotating as much as you can in each direction. And then turn your head from side to side. I'm not going to tell you which way to do it. You'll just see intuitively which way your head wants to turn. Come back to center, rest the hands down. Drop the chin to the chest. Lift the heart to the chin as you breathe in. And then imagine a heavy weight hanging off of the forehead as you breathe out. Relax the shoulders, soften through the face. Bring the chin over to the left shoulder. Place the right hand behind your back. Press the back of the knuckles, the back of the hand, the knuckle side, into your back and roll that right shoulder open. Check in with the breath. Is it still deep and slow and even? Return the hand to the leg. Bring the chin back to center. And then bring the chin over to the right shoulder. Keeping the head down. Place the left hand behind your back. Press the back side of the hand into your back, rolling that left shoulder back, the elbow back. And then release the hand, bring the chin back to center. Clasp the hands behind the back of the head and lift your head. And then as you inhale, press your head into your hands and your hands into your head. As you exhale, just relax, drop the shoulders, release the efforting, and then inhale and press, press, press. Exhale, relax. And do that a few more times. This is a good thing to practice every day because of the world of computers. We're so habitually having our heads in front of us, kind of leaning in toward the screen. It's a nice way to counter that habit that's forming in the neck that's quite unhealthy for us. And release and let go of the hands. Roll the shoulders. Roll them the other way. And relax. Beautiful. Notice the cross of your legs. Release them. Shake them out. Then bring the soles of the feet together. Bring the hands around the ankles. And then butterfly the legs up and down. Flutter the knees up and down, up and down. And bring the legs back to stillness. Inhale, pulling up through the spine, down through the shoulders. Exhale, release the hands forward and fold. Relax the head down, relax the elbows. So if you're not able to fold far enough forward that the elbows actually bend, you can still just soften them. And then just take deep, long breaths here. And then every time you exhale, open to the possibility that the heaviness of your torso can drop over toward the legs a little bit more. Can you relax your head more? Can you drop your arms more? Can you soften your face more? Can you breathe more deeply? And then roll yourself up and send the left leg out to the side. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, drop to the left, taking the left arm to the inside of the thigh. Press the back of the arm against the inside of the thigh and roll those left ribs under you. Turn your gaze up. Send your right arm over to the left. Press down into your left leg. Press down into your right sit bone and reach out long through your right fingers. Breathe long and deep and slow. And then on an inhale, lift the right arm up. Exhale the hand down to the ground behind you and lift your hips. Send the left arm up. Drop the head back. Press down into the left foot. Press down into the top of the right foot. Try to get your hips to come forward and under you. Reach out of the fingers. Breathe into the big wide open space of this posture. And then release the buttocks down. Turn to face your straight leg. Reach both arms up. Flex your left foot. Inhale. Exhale, fold over your leg. Relax the hands down. Push down through the thigh. Press forward through the heel. Pull in through the toes. Press down through the right knee. Inhale and lengthen your spine. Move your head away from your hips. Exhale. Try to lay your belly down. Every breath, long and slow. Every out breath, also long and slow. Drawing the navel in toward the spine to release all the last bits of air and to support the lengthening of the spine. On your next inhale, roll yourself up, reach the arms up, and then exhale, turn to the right, taking your left hand to your right knee, your right hand behind you. Press down into your right hand and lift tall through the crown of your head. And then exhale and turn your belly. Inhale, lift tall. Exhale, turn your chest. Inhale, lift tall. Exhale, turn your gaze. Use an inhale to come back to the front. Open the right leg out. With your hands on the floor behind you, lift your buttocks and scoot it forward, deepening that stretch. Keep the hands behind you, keeping the spine nice and tall. Point and flex the feet. And come to stillness with the feet. Lift through the chest. Inhale. And then if you can bend forward without rounding your spine, then you can hinge forward from the hips and bring your hands in front of you. Most people will become invested in trying to bend forward without taking in the fact that if they round the back, they're actually decreasing the stretch rather than increasing it. So just check in, if you feel like your ego wants to be forward, just check in. Is bending forward actually deepening the stretch or not? If your spine is straight, it's going to be deepening the stretch. And I encourage you to continue to see if you can fall into the space of surrendering the weight of the body toward the floor. But just don't sacrifice the stretch by rounding your back. Pay attention to the breath. When you pay attention to the breath will invariably be longer and deeper because we become aware that there's actually more space inside of us to keep breathing. And when you're ready to come up, lift yourself up if you were bent forward, and then bring your Left foot in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, coming to the right. Bring the right arm against the inner right thigh. Press the arm into the thigh and roll the ribs open to the left. Reach across with the left arm. Roll your gaze up. Press down through your right thigh. Press down into your left sit bone. Reach out through your left fingers. Inhale and lift. Exhale the hand to the ground behind you. With weight in that hand, lift your hips off the ground. The right foot is flat on the floor. The right arm comes up. Press down into the right foot. Press down into the top of the left foot and get your hips to come under you even more. Drop your head back. Big deep breaths. Release the hips down. Turn to face your straight leg. Reach the other arm up. Keep the foot flexed. Exhale and fold over your leg, resting one hand on either side of the leg. Push the thigh actively into the ground and use that downward pressure of the leg to extend out longer through your spine. Almost like you're trying to reach your chest to your knee. And then when you exhale and let the belly draw in, release over your leg. The right leg is strong and working into the ground. And then roll yourself up, reach up, inhale. Exhale the arms down. Bring that right foot in. Flip over your feet onto hands and knees. And you can come onto fists and knees instead, but we want to have the wrists under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. And often that's closer than you think. So I'm already seeing hands in front of the shoulders. It feels like that's even, but bring your hands even closer to your knees and really feel how the arm bones are going straight down from the shoulders into the wrists. And then we'll just do a simple cat and cow. If you want to do a more challenging variation of our spinal movement, you can. You can do downward dog and upward dog. You can also just do a really rapid cat and cow. If your energy is low and you want to pick it up, this is a really nice way to breathe quickly and move quickly through the spine. Or just take your basic, slow, deep breaths, moving the tailbone to the head. Inhale back to neutral. And then send the left leg back with the toes curled under. And cross the left leg behind you so that it's on the right side. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Take weight into your left hand and twist, taking the right arm up. The more you squeeze into your thighs, the easier this is. So your left leg is back and crossed behind you. Yep. Reaching up as you breathe in, turning as you breathe out. Well, I just realized I forgot to do the twist on the other side. Okay, well, we're getting a twist in here. I'm sorry about that. Usually somebody's in the audience who reminds me, but we're on Zoom, so if you caught it, thank you. And then release the hand down. Send that left leg back over to the left and slide the right knee up. Drop the hips down. We're going to keep the back toes curled under. We're going to press down into the fingertips, lifting the chest, and press back through the heel. Try to straighten your knee, have the knee off the ground, and really press and breathe. Relax the knee down, relax the toes, take another breath in, and then exhale, coming into our sleeping pigeon, folding forward. And try to rest your head on something. If it doesn't reach the ground, prop it up with hands or fists. And see if you can relax through your pelvis, relax through your buttocks, relax your hip. Feeling the breath flowing in and out, deep and slow. And bring yourself up. Bend your back leg. Take hold of your left foot with your left hand and pull the heel toward the buttock. If you can and if you want, you can hook the foot inside the crook of the elbow. Extend and open that left hand and bring the right arm up and behind you and lock the fingers. And then if you're using that hand gesture, you can release out of it. And then we'll all release back that left leg. Plant the hands. Step back into a plank. Lift the belly. Root down through the bones of the arms. Press back through the heels. And then we're going to do like a lizard push-up. So we're not going to actually bend the elbows and come down into a push-up, but we're going to let the body come lower than the shoulders and then come up above the shoulders. And this can be done with the knees down in a modified plank. That's fine. Just feeling yourself going up and down so that the arm bones all the way up to the shoulder seem higher than the upper back, and then the upper back is higher than the shoulders. Okay, and then release the knees down. Tuck the left hand under. And then bring the hips back. Stay connected. Every little stretch counts. So no commercial breaks. Sometimes the harder poses are, in a way, the easiest poses because they draw your attention and they demand that you stay present. In the easier poses, we can get lost. So use the sensation as a draw to presence. And then release that left hand and tuck the right hand under. Send the hips back. And release that hand. And then send the right leg back with the toes curled under. Cross the leg over to the left side. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Root down into your right hand and arm. And then rotate and lift the left arm up. Squeezing inner thighs. Breathing and reaching. Exhaling and twisting. And release the hand down. Send the right leg back to the right side and slide the left knee up, keeping those right toes curled under. Coming up onto your fingertips. Pressing into your fingertips, lifting your heart, rolling your shoulders back. Take your left knee off the ground and press back through your your right knee off the ground. Left knee off the ground would be pretty hard in this position. Take your right knee off the ground and press back through your heel. And then see if you can aim the tailbone forward. Kind of like the tailbone connecting to the heart in that one swoop up. And release that back knee down. Relax the toes. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold over your leg. Rest your head on the ground or on your hands or on your fists. And then whenever you exhale, see how much you can relax. And then bring yourself up, bend your back leg, take hold of your right foot with your right hand and draw it into your buttock. And like before, if you want to put the foot in the crook of your elbow and then take your left arm up and behind you and find your right hand, you can do that. Keep drawing the heel in, breathing deeply. And release the leg. Bring the hands down, shoulder width apart on the floor in front of you. Curl your back toes under. And then step back into downward dog. And then just bicycle your legs a little bit, bending one knee as you press the opposite heel down. And then press both heels down. Bend both elbows and roll them down towards the ground and then straighten the arms. Press forward through the fingers. Press back through the thighs. Drop your head, drop your chest. Maintain that forward pressure through the fingers. More the fingers than the palms. Roll the shoulders down the back. And then just move your hips a little bit from side to side without bending your knees. Just kind of reaching one hip back and then the other hip back. And that reaching back will kind of end up swaying the hips a little side to side. And when you reach one hip back, see if you can press down more into that heel. And then come to stillness and walk the feet up to the hands. Tuck the chin to the chest, soft knees, rolling up one vertebra at a time. Reaching up through the arms. Inhale the arms up. And exhale the arms down. Two more. And then let the arms rest down. Let the mind rest on the breath. Sometimes it's helpful to imagine in your mind's eye that your arms are still lifting up and going down. For some people, that kind of helps keep the breath nice and spacious and open and slow. We'll lift the toes and spread them wide and lower them back down. And then bend the knees. And bring weight into your left leg and foot, keeping that left knee nice and bent. Open the eyes and rest your eyes on a spot in front of you. And see if, even though you're able to see what's going on outside of you, your mind can be deeply focused on what's going on inside of you, most specifically your breath. And then inhale the arms out to the side. Exhale the right arm under the left, wrapping the backs of the hands toward each other as close as they'll come. Or if they touch, maybe you can wrap the hands around each other and lift the arms up. And then see if your gaze point is past your arms to the right of them or to the left of them. See if you can feel the breath coming up into the upper back where that's being stretched. Maybe the elbows lift a little bit higher, feeling that stretch a little more. Really focusing on the breath. And then when you're ready, lifting your right leg, crossing it over your left. And if you can hook the foot behind, go ahead. Don't worry about it if not. Continuing to gaze past your hands. And then maybe sitting down a little bit deeper into your posture. And using your hands just like we use our eyes. If we start to feel like we're falling a little bit to the right, we can press slightly more to the left with the hands, and that could make all the difference. And release. Come back to standing, bending the knees, lifting the toes and spreading them wide. And shifting weight into the right foot. Feeling the breath, gazing at a spot ahead. Take the arms out as you inhale. And cross the left under the right as you exhale, bringing the backs of the hands together or the palms together. And lift the elbows. Breathe and feel the stretch in the upper back. A nice deep bend in that right leg. You can cross the left leg over. Sometimes you may need to find a new gaze point once the body moves fully into the posture. And then once you're there, stay there. And really focus on that spot without wavering. See if you can sit lower into your stance. Maybe lift higher with the elbows. Feel how the posture is stretching you in so many delicious ways. And let the breath open you even more. And release. Good job. And then just stand for a moment. Feel how it is right now. And then drop the chin to the chest, bend the knees, and roll yourself down slowly. Coming back to a sitting posture with your legs crossed the opposite way of how they were in the beginning of class. And if you don't remember, just cross them the way you're not naturally inclined to cross them. I'm going to do a breathing practice that's a little conceptual, so do the best you can. We're going to imagine that the breath is starting at the point between the brows, that it's pulling in to the back of the head, going down the back of the head, going down the neck, going into the back of the heart, and coming into the heart. So you're going to visualize a C shape from the brow point, curving around and landing in your heart, and then exhaling back the other way. It's just an imagined thing, so don't stress about it if it doesn't feel like it's quite there. Just pretend. And last one. And release that practice. Release the legs. Come onto your back. Start with the knees bent. Lift the hips, tuck them under. Release the legs. Shake them out. You can place an eye pillow on your eyes if you like to use one. And then let the legs rest and rest the arms out away from the body. Take a breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the weight of the body into the ground. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the bottom jaw, separating the lips slightly. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the activity of the mind. Turning your attention to your breath. And then releasing the activity of the breath. Just letting the breath come passively in whatever way it does. And however fast or shallow or slow or jagged the breath is, doesn't matter. This is the way life is presenting itself inside this body right now. And we're just going to greet it with our attention, with our curiosity, with our love. See if you can connect to that sense of your attention being loving. Just that showing up and allowing. It's really what we all need and what we can give to ourselves in this moment and in every moment. And if the mind wanders, then we can just lovingly be aware of that and gently guide the attention back to the breath, not as a scolding, just as a coming home, deeply relaxed, letting go, letting go, letting go. Breathe into your heart. Move the fingers and the toes. Reach the arms overhead. Take a deep breath. Stretch long. Hug the knees into the chest. As you rock from side to side, feel the ground massaging your back. Appreciate the earth. And then come center and rub hand to hand and foot to foot. Roll onto your side. Rest your head on your underside arm. Body resting on the ground. Mind resting. Whatever's here right now. Just taking in the moment. The sensations, sounds, smells, tastes, sights like darkness or light if the eyes are closed, and the feelings and the thoughts. And then when you're ready, slowly press yourself up to any comfortable seated position. Sinking down into the sit bones, lifting tall through the crown of the head. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, the hands together at the heart. Inhale, the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relax down. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in and let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste.